So the garden tours are back, and this is the one where I face the music and finally unbarricade that garden gate and attempt to sort out the mess that my overwhelm and abandonment of my garden has created. Let's see if I can find ways to combat overwhelm and to secure those blasted dogs from escaping. So the garden door in this conservatory is open, and I am about to open the garden gate. Now, Busby's got a friend here today playing. They want to go up onto the trampoline. I don't even know whether we can get to the trampoline. I haven't been in the garden since the end of last summer. At the end of last summer, the dogs demoralised me and overwhelm kicked in big time with the garden. I'd spent all summer building. I'd built fences around the vegetable garden, fences around Tilly's garden. I'd built a series of gates. I'd built the hot tubs around. At the end of the summer, the hot tub broke, which demoralised me. And then the dogs, because they could no longer get up the top of the garden, they broke a new path around the back of the sheds, which I can't get to seal off. And they broke out of the hedges in a new place. Now, where they're breaking out of hedges, there's a whole load of clearing that I've got to do before I can even get to those hedges to work out where they're escaping. And it just overwhelmed me, the fact that I'd spent all this energy building fences and they were still finding ways to break out. And I downed tools. I barricaded the garden off so that even I couldn't get up there. Rupert can jump over 5 foot, so the barricades were high. And I just abandoned the garden. I was tired, I was exhausted, I was overwhelmed. I didn't want to do any more building fences on zero budget with found materials. I just didn't want to do anything. So I closed it off and I haven't been back up since. I think I was in burnout, and now burnout has turned into inertia and not wanting to face up to how bad the garden has probably got in that time. But peeping through the barricades, I can see things still wanting to grow. And with the gates closed off, it's a huge part of my spiritual life closed off. I feel kind of hemmed in mentally and internally without my garden. So I'm going to face the music. I'm going to go forward a place up to the trampoline. I am going to spend this last week of April as well. Listen to the birds. I'm going to spend this last week of April as well doing the odd job here and there. Let's reconnect with the garden again. We've got all the metal. This is the old trampoline that the dogs have just realised the gate's open. I'm going to have to watch them. This is metal from a friend's old gazebo that they were throwing out, which I've grabbed. This is from the old trampoline. I've been collecting pallets for the new fences I've got to make. All of this has been dragged from the front drive because somebody was trying to pinch it. I suppose the cost of the metal is worth something. But no roses yet. I forgot to trim them yet again. The magic doors fared well. All pallets collected. Lots of dead pots, which is a shame. But look, we've got things beginning to grow again. This clematis that went in last year that didn't really do anything is coming up. The lavender looks a bit the worst aware, but I've not been watering it, of course. So this is the hot tub surround that I built last year. Nothing's been watered, I've just ignored it all. But look, the fennel's coming back. This is coming back, desperate for water, I know. But things do just want to grow. Look, all of this is coming back. Oh, look at this, it's amazing. I'm not putting the hot tub up this year because I can't afford to heat it. So now this was used to barricade this off. This is going to be some of the first jobs I've got to do. I've got the gate here that I've started making higher so Rupert can't jump over and then escape at the top of the garden. I've got a foxglove coming up here. Look at the lavatoria, that's gone. I cut that back to nothing 2 years ago and look at it. I need to get in there and trim that right back again. You can see it's such a mess, but we've got flowers. If I can step over all of this, look, we've got flowers coming through here, regardless of me ignoring it all. It's still coming back, which is lovely. Needs water desperately. Under the tree, the hostas are coming out. The ferns are beginning to unfold. Look, there's hostas there. Okay, let's climb over. Like the middle bit of the garden, look, you can only just see the stepping stones I put in last year. Look how high the grass is. Greenhouse is in a state. Tilly's secret garden you can hardly get to. But look, what I was saying about things just want to grow. Look at this. How gorgeous is that? And I've got strawberries coming here that I put in last year. And look, flowers have come back. It's just so great. Like all of this. You can't see the patio. Dogs are loving it. They can eat grass again. But these I'm not sure what these are. I've had daffodils, obviously. So we've had daffodils coming up over there on Tilly's secret garden. This is all a complete state. And then through here, I need to put something to stop the dog from getting through here. All the fences that I put in last year. And there's plants coming up in here that I put through seeds in, which is good. Oh my gosh, you can't even see the path. So somebody gave me some edge rolling for this path, which I've got to clear again. Now all of these gates which I built last year, with this gate that closes, I thought that would stop Rupert from pushing through and then escaping through the hedges at the top of the garden. But the second that this was all finished, believe it or not, he found a way to push through at the back of this shed. Which was what demoralised me. Look at this. So the pond is still here. Somewhere in the midst of all of this is a hole in the hedge where Rupert can escape. So I have to clear all of this to find out where. The ivy has made its way into the shed, which is insane. All the stingers that I left for the caterpillars have gone mad. So you can see it is in a right pickle. Round here, the forget-me-nots are open, which is gorgeous. This one needs to tidy up. Look, the hostas are breaking through, even though last year's growth are there. And look, we've got hostas coming through here. Gosh, it just needs loads of work. Now, if you wonder why this is all down, it's because my neighbour at the back decided to take it upon themselves to pull my fence out, cut the bottom off and add another base plate in without even asking, so that they could hire it to build a shed, which resulted in me having words with her. And then they knocked all of my tyres over and all of this fence over, which I'd built, which I was not happy about whatsoever. So I've got to fix that. So it's later now in the day. I've come back up to the trampoline to carry on the garden tour. You can see my neighbour also ripped out all this side fence. So that's all got to be rebuilt, which is very annoying as well, because the dogs can get straight through there. It's such a cheek really to leave me with so much work. But this lavateria up here, which is a beautiful lilac one, that all needs cutting back because I can't even get round there, look. Yeah, so I've come up to finish the tour because my phone ran out of charge earlier. Foxgloves are coming up, which is great. These stilbies coming back. Oh look, the peonies coming back. Look at all this new growth. The climbing hydrangea is beginning to work up the wall, which I bought for 50p from the sale last year. So the grass needs sorting, but it's so beautiful to be out here, to be honest. It is just So wonderful. Oh my gosh, look at the life on that. I think that's a rhododendron that I put in. And that little fern cutting, look, that fern's beginning to unfold down there, which is wonderful. Need to sort out the camel this year. Need to sort out what I want to do as a feature wall here. But the biggest job really is securing it. So from that point here, from the vegetable garden point, all the way up here and all the way to the top, I need to make sure that that hedge is secure, because there's, like I said, I think they're pushing down here, going down the back, and there's a hole somewhere there where they escape, and they can get 2-3 gardens up, and I've lost them, and they're destroying neighbours' gardens. So I think it's just a case of clearing this and building fences. And then at the back of these sheds here, I've got to make sure that's blocked off as well. So that's the building to do and the clearing. Then that middle gate here needs to be secure so I can close it and they can't pull at it and open it. So there's loads to do. I mean, all the vegetable garden needs clearing again. All of this needs cutting back again. I mean, look at it. It's huge. I think I might need to get some help now with this, because it's kind of way beyond me. It's just, oh, it's a lot, isn't it? I've gone quiet because I'm suddenly overwhelmed by the hedges. But look, they make beautiful little arched seating areas. Yeah, look at it. Oh, we've got a setting sun over here. It is lovely to be out though. I always say it with my garden tours. I know it's a mess, but considering this is still in the first years of me building it, I mean, there was not even a path or secret garden here a couple of years ago. I love my garden so much. I really do. Mess or no mess. Oh look, we've got flowers coming up here. Oh look, the little lupins that I grew from seed that Busby planted last year are coming back. That's awesome. Let's make sure these seeds, see, all of these can go in the grass. Yeah, there's loads to do, but that's the fun of a garden, just loads to do all the time. I literally cannot believe that Lavateria. Look, it's literally all over the greenhouse. We've got the fern opening there. Oh, it's just so lovely. I love it so much. And this is my magic tree. And this is all here because we've been planting sunflowers. Busby's friend, she went home with a couple of trays and planted up sunflowers, all different makes. Busby's planted up all of his sunflowers. So we've actually got things planted up, which is marvellous. Look at the new growth coming on the fuchsia. Look at that. But there's new growth coming on these. My wall is still holding up just about. I literally cannot believe this. Look at that, it's like a tree. Oh gosh, that's all going to need sawing off because that's just got ridiculously massive again. Oh wow, I just can't believe it. These are incredible. And look, in the hanging baskets from last year, these have all started to come back. Considering those hanging baskets have just been abandoned and left, look, there's growth on it. This area in here, where the hot tub normally is, I think I'm going to turn this into like a reading nook. Don't know yet. Cinema reading nook. We'll have to wait and see. Like I say, the hot tub, not only did the filter break last year, I did buy something to try and fix it with, but I never got round to it. But also, it started to leak a little bit. Plus, it's so expensive to heat with the heating costs up. So, yeah, I don't think the hot tub's going up this year, which is going to be a shame. But that's it, guys. That's the starting point for the magic garden. The starting point for getting back to a bit of magic. It's a mess, but look, there's still magic there. Look at that sun in the trees, and look, there's Sensei, our pigeon, up there. He lives in that tree and drives the dogs mad. We've got 2 pigeons that now live in the front garden as well, which is awesome. But look at that light, isn't that beautiful? The start of some new monthly catch-ups. I hope you're going to enjoy them. This is the main reason, the first reason I started this channel, which is why my channel's called Soul and Soil, because it started off as a gardening diary for myself. So, a new year in the magic garden. Let's see what we can enjoy and grow and how we can connect with nature this year. I'm really looking forward to it, guys. I hope you are too. So it's the next day. Now you can see how I've been barricading off this, and he's still managed to get through that a few times. He can jump through this gap. Look, he's here just begging me to open it. So what's the plan today? I might start trying to clear some of the hedge up by the trampoline, and I'm going to drag up, I think, the pallets and the metal. It's a beautiful day. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, trouble's coming with me. Okay, let's get this gate opened now. Some befores. This is the bit that I've got to try and clear, because that's where the hole is. But I think first I'm going to start with this, because look, it's all pushing into the trampoline and you can't get through there at all. It's a nightmare, look at it. So let's attempt to clear some of this. So this is the piece of wire in the hedge that the top neighbour just dismantled when she ripped out my fence. First escape through to the neighbours of the season. Literally, I've not even done 10 minutes work, and I can hear them in somebody else's garden. So this needs clearing because I need to see where they're getting out. So we've had one escape from the dogs. I've cut that back a bit. Now I have checked the hedge for nests. I can't see anything at all in that bit. I'm going a bit more carefully in here. I brought one pallet up. I've moved the pond because I'm clearing at the back here. Look, this is all stuff that I'm clearing. I found the kids' easel, which I'm going to use for me painting in the garden. But I suspect they've been getting at the back there and then getting through somewhere down here into next door. So I'm going to carry on clearing all of this, cutting this hedge back, and then I'm going to try and build a pallet fence along here. Yeah, still got some clearing to do. So I found 2 more pallets. I think I have found where they are getting out. Can you see the hole there and how easy it is just to jump over? So this is all low. I think they're getting out there. So now I've just got to clear this bit down to where the fence is for the vegetable garden. but I think rain's about to stop play, unfortunately. I'm going to see how much of this I can get cleared before it starts to pour. I am trying to make my way down to this point. So a couple of hours on, I've got it this clear, trying not to get overwhelmed. I am trying to tell myself that it's just one step closer to where I need to be. It's all moving in the right direction. Doesn't matter how much more I've got to do. Even though in every direction, as you can see from these before photos, there is stuff to do literally everywhere you look. But then that is the joy of having a garden. You're never bored. But I thought I'd take these beginning of the season clear up photos, like I say, as a garden diary for myself, so that on the days where I do get really overwhelmed and feel like I've made no achievements whatsoever, I can look back at these pictures and just, you know, give myself a pat on the back for all those little steps in the right direction. One step at a time, that's all it needs. And this was how it started at the start of the day. Look, you couldn't even get around the trampoline, and you couldn't even see where they were escaping out of the hedge. It was all like this. So there's been progress already today. That's a tick for me. Second escape of the season is under here. They're pushing under here. Luna, I caught her squeezing under there, and then through there and out into the tunnel where there's the hole down there and into next door. Rupert was already next door, so I'm gonna have to wire. Look, no, go on, go down, both of you, go down. Rupert, go down. So last year I had plant pots all along here, which I think I'm going to do again. Look, she's waiting for me to turn my back so she can do it again. But I'm going to wire it as well. So that's another job to do. Right, this morning I have just been picking up. I've got my eyes on them. Look at them. They're in the doghouse, literally. I've just been picking up all the stuff. I'm about to do a tip run. You can see all this space that I've got. They're creeping up behind me. They know they're in trouble. Okay. Look, this is all full of weeds. I've got about 4 of these. I've been clearing up all around there. So I'm going to get a tip run done today. And then I might do a bit of pottering down on the patio. Only because my back is hurting. These branches and an old paddling pool was underneath all the weeds as well. That's sort of bin too. So the plan for today is a tip run, a bit of pottering, keep the dogs from escaping more than once, and that'll be enough. I'm watching my back because my lower back is hurting, but it is a beautiful, beautiful day. Yeah, it's a good day. And look at those silver seed pods from last year. They look so beautiful in the sun. And this as well, growing out of the pot. I'm not sure what that is. I spy in Tilly's secret garden some tulips. Yay, we planted those last year at the end of the season. So they didn't have a chance to really come up last year. But look, we've had tulips. That's cool. And look, I can see some more hidden down there. And look at these beautiful, delicate daffodils as well. Aren't those beautiful? Oh my gosh. This is why I laughed that the temperance card is the card for Sagittarius, because this is my Sagittarian variant of pottering. I've got 2 more building bags of weeds on the front drive to go to the tip as well. I've got to try and get this on the car to take to the tip. The problem I've got is all the pallets and the bits of the old trampoline and the roses are blocking the doorway here down to the front driveway. Also, I think that it's blocked down here as well. Oh my god, I'm going to move all of this. Eek. Okay, I'm going to have to put the phone down. I've got a really nice blue palette here. I've got two actually, so I've moved all of those up there. I've had to just balance the extra hanging roses. Now I need to build a trellis. I could just trim it off, but it would be so lovely to have the roses continuing over the gate. Now I need to build some sort of, I don't know, canopy or trellis or something up there. So I've cleared this path. I'm going to show you the front garden, which is equally as big a tip. So there's a broken bath panel. There's 2 more bags of weeds here. There's another blue pallet here. That's a shed that I never got around to fixing. And then there's piles of weeds and there's brambles and there's all sorts going on. Here are branches from the magic tree. Like spare things that I've collected, like bits of wood and patio slabs. It's the only way that I've been able to afford to do my garden, is to just collect things and pile them up and do it for free. I did get a quote just for somebody to come and build these fences here and here and a gate, and even at mates rates it was 500 quid. And I just can't do it, so I ended up, this was the first thing I built with dismantled pallets, and it cost me like 50 quid finding like reclaimed pallets and then just buying the posts, and that was 50 quid with the varnish, which I would have still have had to have bought before. So if you wonder why I'm not getting somebody in to build fences or somebody in to cut hedges, it's because there is zero budget, and or if not completely zero, incredibly limited budget, as close to zero as possible. Right, I'm going to move all this stuff and get this to the tip now. So I've dragged both of these in, but look, it's the same colour. I think I might finish off the circle with them on this side and turn them into like bookshelves and really make a lovely little reading nook in there. And just to prove that I did go to the tip, there are no things here, which is fantastic. Oh, I think that might be really nice. Have some seats along here or something, or a swinging hammock in here. It is a beautiful day again. Look, my angel is at the back there. See, all of this, the mirror, the church window and the angel, were all picked up on Free Cycle. This Belfast sink was out of my old kitchen. All the breeze blocks that it's on were picked up on Free Cycle. The tyres were all free. This pot was picked up on Free Cycle. All free. All of this was built from pallet wood. These were given to me by an ex-boyfriend and they came to me broken and I fixed them. This trellis was picked up on Free Cycle. All of these pallets on Free Cycle. This wicker chair, which is falling apart unfortunately, was given to me free. All the bricks and these pallets were all free. Even the old-fashioned mower, which I want to turn into a feature in mosaic, that was on the side of the road. I picked that up. Like I say, the budget is zero for this, but the effort to go and get all these long pallets, all of these long pallets which have done the shelves along the back, and all of this, and all the gates, and all the fences, and all the gates going up the garden, and all of these stands here. It was a lot of work. It was so many trips from this garden where these tenants had been hoarding, and the garden was like 10 foot high with rubbish, all these pallets at the end, and the landlord was just desperate to get rid of the pallets. And I did think I was going insane at one point collecting them all, but honestly it's done all of my fences. All the garden beds were made from them. They've been so useful, and all totally free. Look, you can see the garden door that I did last year has fared well over the winter. It's all still fine. Yeah, so it's good, isn't it, Luna? Hey? So a good day today. My nails are wrecked, but it's a good day. You know, gardening season has started with lurchers when you find yourself in B&M car park with a trolley full of galvanised metal, wood and fence posts. I've decided to try and do it with this roll of metal now. Right, I am going to tidy up to finish April. I'm just going to do, I've got the fencing stuff. The wood, the 3 pieces of wood I bought to try and make a frame for the roses up there. I've got stakes and 10 metres of galvanised steel fencing to go in the hedge at the top. But before I start any of those jobs, I'm going to just do a quick tidy up. I mean, look at the state of it round here. The herb garden looks terrible. So what I've got to go in here, I've got some coriander. Oh, the dogs are barking at Sensei, the pigeon. Look. What is it? What is it? Don't jump up me just because you're cross with the pigeon. And then I bought, oh, here they go again. Look. There he is. Can you see him? What is it? It's only Sensei. Right, so let's move to this. The garden is full of planks of wood like this. Dogs, enough now, enough. Oh my gosh, what's the matter? Yeah, so I bought these for like 80 pence. They're supposed to just go on the side for cooking, but I thought let's just try and plant them up so I've got some immediate colour in here. Coriander is my absolute favourite, so I'm going to plant some more seed around just in case it doesn't work and it dies. I've got to clear the windowsill off. I've got to try and tidy up around here. I'm going to trim back the lavender. So this is the first corner of the patio, just to have a little play at. And I decided to add some witchery in, cleaning the window as a honouring of the season opening and connecting again with nature and Gaia. And I found the mat for the back door, which was a miracle too. And I've been grabbing some cuttings and planting them in here and being gifted feathers. Oh my gosh, I've had such a lovely time and it's looking better already. Now to start on this lavender. So here it is, and I think this is a really good idea to intersperse jobs like the top of the garden, which is absolute back-breaking slog, with a job like this that looks a little bit more like pottering in the garden. It feels more like pottering, I should say, even though at my feet I have a bucket and a big plastic container full of weeds just from this area. But it's not back breaking, let's put it like that. So I am really pleased with it. So I've got these in each side here, hoping that they will tumble over the top. Those are cuttings from the flowers that I get that spread all over the wall, which are beautiful. I've actually got some growing down here, which when I swept, bits came off, so I planted them in there because that will look pretty. I've got a plant coming back here, which I'm not sure what it is, so I'm just going to leave that. It might be a mint. And I put the coriander and the basil in, and it smells amazing. I'm going to plant some rosemary up inside and start that off on the windowsill as well, because of course rosemary by a doorway of a house is for luck and protection, so I love that. And I washed all the window and cleaned all the windowsill, and I did that as a little ritual. I think I'm going to have that as a yearly ritual when I get back out into the garden after winter. And while I did it, I asked Gaia to open my eyes to ways I could help and stay connected with the garden through the winter months. And she immediately said, "You didn't feed my birds, and you didn't set places up for wildlife to hibernate." And as she said it, a load of birds flew down into the bush. It was incredible. And then I found 3 feathers on the floor as I was tidying, one for each of my children. So it was a really clear message to find ways in the winter to stay connected with nature that needs me. So that was wonderful. And I think cleaning the kitchen window is going to become a little ritual now. I've cleaned all around the back and cleaned all of that down, cut the lavender back. I've cut some little bits off the rose that I could tell were just rogue bits. I've re-wedged these up. Now these are around the bottom of the roses because the dogs like to chew the roses, and also the rose feed, which has got fish in it, the dogs go mad for, so I have to protect the base of the roses from the dogs. I've just wedged that up at the minute with some wire, but this rose is really getting in the way, so that is a job that needs to be done. I found the back door mat underneath all the stuff here and cleaned that. So behind me is a mess, but when I'm going to turn around, I'm not going to look at the mess, because I think that's going to be a lesson now moving forward in overwhelm. To not get overwhelmed, like I said, I'm going to alternate the pottering gardening with the heavy back-breaking gardening to give me a break. I'm going to do little areas like this that are easier in between, gives my back a break as well. I'm going to find ritual to go into the garden, and I'm not going to look at the jobs around me that aren't done. I'm going to focus on how fantastic the jobs that are done feel. This feels beautiful. My gifted feathers feel beautiful. The angel cleaned feels beautiful. The lavender cut back ready to grow feels beautiful. A clean kitchen window feels beautiful. So it's a job well done. These are my first steps into learning to control my overwhelm, which leads me to anxiety and leads me to stopping. So I'm going to leave it at that for the April garden tour. I'm really excited that they're starting again. I hope you are too. And I will see you in the garden again in May. Thanks guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.